Hello everyone, this is your boy Sajanu programmer, and today is day 181. Today we are going to solve this weekly contest. This weekly contest 123, 323. Sorry. Let us go and try to solve because we don't have much time. So the first question in front of us is delete greatest value in each row. Okay, you are given an M cross and matrix grid consisting of positive integer. Perform the following operation until grid becomes empty. Delete the element with the greatest value from each row. If multiple such exist, delete any from them. ठीक है. And the maximum deleted add the maximum deleted element to the answer. Okay. उसके बाद क्या है? Note that the column decreased by one after each operation. So basically, we have to sort each row and then what we have to return. Return the answer after performing operations. Add the maximum of deleted element to the answer. Add the maximum of deleted element. Deleted function ऐसे भी इसके अंदर देखो. पहले अपन ने 4 डिलीट किया, फिर 3 डिलीट किया. फॉर ईच रो 4 डिलीट किया, सही है. 4 डिलीट किया, इसका 3 डिलीट किया. जो भी डिलीट किया उसका जो मैक्सिमम होगा ना, वो मेरे को ऐड करना है बेसिकली टू द. अच्छा, सो बेसिकली इन दोनों का सेम 4, इन दोनों का सेम, इन दोनों का सेम 1. ठीक है. मैंने सुरताया int n equals to grid dot size basically, and then for auto array, या फिर auto array address of array in grid. एक array होगा, sort करूंगा मैं arr dot begin arr dot end. so sort हो गए. अब मेरे को क्या करना है, हर में से कौन सा मैक्सिमम है. सो फॉर ऑल रोज में से कौन सा मैक्सिमम है मेरे को चाहिए. तो मैं करूंगा एम भी चाहिए ना मेरे को, तो एम लिख के देता. और इन टाइम इक्वल्स टू ग्रिड का 0 डॉट साइज एंड बेसिकली int आंसर will be equals to 0. एंड अपन क्या करेंगे, फॉर int j इक्वल्स टू हर कॉलम के लिए j इक्वल्स टू 0, j स्मॉलर देन m, j प्लस प्लस हमें मैक्स चाहिए. सो int maxi will be equals to ग्रिड का i या फिर ग्रिड का 0 कमा j की j पोजीशन पे अपन खड़े और 0 वाला. और for int I equals to 0, I is smaller than n, I plus plus, then we will go and find which is the max of all. So that will be max of maxi comma grid ka I comma j, and after that we will simply say answer plus equals to maxi and then return answer. So this is what it is. Compiler error है because grid of 0 dot size and grid की spelling गलत लिख दी. मैंने सुरताया माँ फिरताया तुझा उड़ीना आज नहीं. भाई क्या है, दिक्कत है भाई. गया क्या इंटरनेट, अभी दिया क्या अपन. अननोन नेटवर्क एरर. ये रिक्वेस्ट जा रही है तो वो भी तो जाएगी भाई, दिक्कत क्या है. हाँ, और इधर तो हक चुके हैं बेसिकली. ठीक है, पर इतना कुछ खराब है नहीं. वार्निंग क्या बोल रहा है. ठीक है भैया, जो भी है छोड़ो. लॉन्गेस्ट सीक्वेंस, लॉन्गेस्ट सॉरी सीक्वेंस में, longest square streak in array, square streak in array. You are given an integer array nums A sequence of nums is called square sequence if the length of the square sequence is at least 2, and after sorting the sequence, each element except the first element is the square of the previous element of clockwise. मनसुरतया मागतिरतया यौडिन साजन नरातेला होता। तो दो आएगा, 4 16 दो आएगा, ऐसे भी 2 into 2 4, 4 into 4 16 बनेगा, समझ रहे हो? Just like that we have to add basically. How can we calculate that? सब नहीं होगा वो, हमेशा 5 10 to 5 तक ही दिया है। यौडिन साजन मनसुरतया मागतिरतया यौडिन साजन रातेला होता। अगर मैं हर चीज किसी से स्टार्ट करूँ, 1 से स्टार्ट करूँ, सो 1 into स्क्वायर क्या होता है, 1 into 1, तो बेसिकली 1 होगा तो ना ही चीज जाएगी, अब तो है बेसिकली इसके अंदर। माइनस क्यों रिटर्न, अब देखो, अगर मैं 2 से चालू करना चाहूँ, सो 2 है, ठीक है, फिर 2 के बाद मेरे को 4 चाहिए होगा, फिर 4 है कि नहीं, है ही नहीं, तो काउंट बेसिकली 1 से ऊपर होगा तो सही है, नहीं तो सो व्हाट वी कैन ट्राई, हम हर नम्स के आई से स्टार्ट करेंगे। सो ये फर्स्ट थिंग के नाम से वो लॉग इन टाइम लेगा और ढूंढने में लॉग इन टाइम, so that could be e, okay, so we can have unordered map for lookup of int, unordered set of int, sorry, for lookup st for auto element in nums st dot insert element, है ना, एलिमेंट डाल दिया, अब क्या करना है? Now main thing we have to do, we can start with any, so basically for auto l in नम्स, हर किसी से चालू करो नम्स, अब क्या करना है? वाइल st डॉट फाइंड, अब काउंट कब बढ़ाएंगे अपन वो सब, और वो 10 to 5 10 to 5 कुछ कुछ आएगा, इंटू 10 to 5 करूंगा तो 10 to 10 के आसपास चला जाएगा, तो आई नीड कि वो लॉन्ग लॉन्ग होना चाहिए, सो लॉन्ग लॉन्ग करंट विल बी इक्वल्स टू लॉन्ग लॉन्ग एल। अब क्या होना है, देखो सिंपल सी बात है, एस टी डॉट फाइंड करेंगे अपन किसको, करंट को, अगर करंट है तो काउंट देखो कैसे रहेगा, पॉइंट सी एन टी विल बी इक्वल्स टू 0, अब एक है तो एक काउंट बढ़ेगा, इफ इट इज नॉट इक्वल्स टू एस टी डॉट एंड देन वी विल सिंपली से सी एन टी प्लस प्लस, ठीक है, प्लस प्लस कर दे, और हर बार ऐसे करते करते अपन आंसर, तो int answer will be equals to 0, and then we will find answer will be equals to max of answer कॉमा, इसी से भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं ना अपन, सो ठीक है, आंसर कॉमा सी एन टी। नाउ मेन थिंग अपन सी एन टी प्लस प्लस करेंगे, अब एक मिला, एक सी एन टी प्लस प्लस हुई, ठीक है, अब मैं क्या करूंगा, करंट विल बी इक्वल्स टू करंट इंटू करंट, नाउ दिस विल बी लॉन्ग लॉन्ग, तो करंट इंटू करंट लॉन्ग लॉन्ग है तो लॉन्ग लॉन्ग करंट हो जाएगा, और फिर फाइंड करेंगे और फिर ऐसे करेंगे और फिर रिटर्न करेंगे, रिटर्न if answer is smaller than or equal to 1, then we have to return what, -1, else we can return answer, so that's something it rather। अब इसकी टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी कैसे मेजर करेंगे, देखो n टाइम्स ये चल रहा है, ठीक है, ये तो इंसर्ट लॉगिन टाइम लेगा हर किसी को, बेसिकली n लॉगिन लिया, ठीक है, नाउ दिस इज n टाइम चल रही है, ठीक है, अनऑर्डर्ड मैप वर्स्ट केस में फाइंड करने के लिए एन लॉग एन टाइम ले लिया, चलो। सो एन इंटू लॉग एन यहाँ पे चला गया, और ये व्हाइल भी लॉग एन टाइम चल रहा है। क्यों? देखो, अगर मैं किसी को भी टू टाइम्स करता जाऊँ, मिनिमम दो है, सो दो को भी टू टाइम्स करता, हर बार दो को मैं टू इंटू टू फोर, फोर इंटू फोर, समझ रहे हो तुम? फोर इंटू फोर एट, एट इंटू एट। सो दिस इज quite a fast operation to reach to the 10 raised to 5. So 10 raised to 5 को अगर मैं करते जाऊँ तो मे भी 20-30 लेगा, मेरे को नहीं पता हुआ यार। तो सिंपल है भाई, इतना ही मेरे को लग रहा है बेसिकली। हर बार दो से बढ़ेगा तो 10 रेज़ टू 5 का क्या ही बनता है मैं, अगर मैं लॉग ले लूँ, log to the base 2 to the 10 raised to 5, so it come along around 13 or 14, so it is almost constant, so this is almost constant loop. तो बेसिकली इसका भी लॉग ले लूंगा मैं, तो ये क्या लगेगा, 10 10 रेज़ टू 4 का लॉग, बेसिकली the whole time complexity will be n into n will be the size of array, n into log n into log n. So that's what the time complexity should work. I guess this should be error, पता ही था। Why not? Why can't we represent it in a? It should be present in this, isn't it? First, तो ये प्रेजेंट है कभी, ठीक है, मान भी लिया ये प्रेजेंट है। अब मैं जाऊंगा, सबसे पहली बात तो ये इंट मैक्स से छोटी होनी चाहिए ना। करंट शुड बी स्मॉलर देन इक्वल टू इंट मैक्स। इंट मैक्स भी क्या होगा, 10 रेज़ टू 5 है, तो 10 रेज़ टू 6 कर लो, वर्स्ट केस 1 6। Now if you use this test case it should work, because उससे बड़ा जाएगा ही नहीं यार। And if I submit it should be wrong answer, maybe may accepted। ये क्यों पता है? क्योंकि यार करंट उससे बड़ा है, 10 रेज़ टू 5 से बड़ा जाके क्या फायदा, ये एज के अपन ने है दिए थे, ये करना जरूरी था ये सब, ठीक है यार। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। मैंने सुरतया माग फिरतया तुझ्या प्रीतीनं साजनी। डिजाइन मेमोरी यू आर गिवन, भाई बहुत ही इंग्लिश हो गया क्या? लोकेटर, लोकेटर थोड़ी, allocator, you are given an integer n, represent the size of zero index memory array. So basically you are given an integer n representing the size of zero indexed memory array. All memory units are initially free, सारे के सारे free है भाई, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। You have memory allocator with the following condition, ठीक है, allocate a block of size consecutive free memory units and assign it to MID. What is name? Image memory ID. ठीक है। Free all free all memory units with the ID MID। जब भी फ्री कॉल होगा तो फ्री मेमोरी में फ्री करना पड़ेगा। अलोकेट वैलोकेट करना है, फ्री करना है, बात खत्म। If multiple blocks be allowed, multiple blocks can be allowed to same MID, ठीक है, मान लिया। You should free all memory units with MID, MID, even if even if they were allocated to different blocks. You should free। हाँ, ये तो सिंपल है ना भाई। फिर अच्छा, अगर एक एमआईडी दी, सारे उसके अंदर के उड़ने चाहिए, ठीक है। implement allocator class, allocate initialize allocator object। now size comma MID, find the leftmost leftmost block of a size consecutive free memory units and allocate with MID। जो भी लेफ्ट मोस्ट होगा उसको फ्री एमआईडी रिटर्न द ब्लॉक फर्स्ट इंडेक्स। ठीक है। फ्री ऑल द मेमोरी यूनिट्स विद द आईडी एमआईडी, रिटर्न द नंबर ऑफ मेमोरी यूनिट्स यू हैव फ्रीड। अच्छा, सो बेसिकली Basically we have to design something crazy. तो मैं लिखता हूँ पहले तो क्या क्या किया है. तो हाँ, सबसे पहले तो हमें बोला होगा कि हमारे पास 10 मेमोरी है. So if I think like this is as a memory, it is 0 index 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 जो भी है. So ये index 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4, index 5, index 6, index 7, index 8, index 9. So this will be 10. आगे का छोड़ दो. Okay, this is not enough. Nice. Now allocate. Sorry. So basically, first operation will come. So it is allocate. Allocate what? One block of one's MID one दिया है ना शायद से. Size and MID. So size is 1 and MID is 1. So for this 0, 1 will be there because this is MID 1. Nice. Now again size and word chicken. The second one is 1 and MID. So we have to allocate left one. So 2 will be here. 1 and 3, 3 will be here. Again 2. What is to allocate here? Free memory. Free memory for second, whatever the second. So we have to free this. So this will be gone. Now allocate will be there. Allocate 1 comma 1. Now for 1 comma 1, 3 comma 4 is there. So basically we have to allocate 3 consecutive blocks to the 4 MID, and that I will get here. 3 consecutive blocks for 4 MID, and for that we will return 3, and that is correct. Now PM, and for next 1 comma 1, what to do if there are multiple overrides? Allocate a size consecutive free memory units. Yes, and assign it to MID. Free all units. ठीक है, ये तो हो गया. Multiple blocks can be allocated. Multiple blocks can be allocated to the same MID. How the fuck is this now? You should free all memory units with MID, even if they were allocated with different blocks. Hmm, let us get this. 1 आया, 2 आया, 3 आया, सही है. फिर 2 आया, फिर भी सही है. फिर 3 दफा 4 आया, सारे के सारे फिर सही है. And सामने 1 ही साइज देंगे तो सबसे एमटीएस लिया. ठीक है. 1,1 पे हमने यहाँ पे 1 सेट किया. नाइस गेम. This is normal. Now again 1,1 comes. So we want for 1 the 1. So 1 will be here, isn't it? Isn't it like this? Yes, it is like this. And then we will call for 1, then all 1 blocks should be gaib. So this all will be gaib. Then 10 comma. So we have to have 10, which is impossible. So we can't give the 10 consecutive blocks, and then 7 again. 7, for 7 we have to read. There is nothing for 7, so we'll return 0. Nice. Hmm. We have to manage it all, but let's see the constant. And constants are quite small. If if 1,000 calls of each function will be there, and for each function, what will be the RAM complexity is 1,000, because the 1,000. So 1,000 to 1,000, 1,000 to 1,000, it 10 raised to 6, and that is acceptable, isn't it? We just have to do the brute force, isn't it? But how can I get uh, that will be easy. So go from left to right, and if there are, suppose, now the major thing is we have to get the leftmost empty. We have to get leftmost empty blocks of size, isn't it? So for that, how can we think about? Suppose we have something like this arrangement. 3 and 3 will be there, and 4 and 4 will be there. Okay, nice. Now for 2, two size, we need we have to put m as one. Now, how can we do this? And it is nice. So how can we do this? We can simply say, suppose these are all zero free slots, isn't it? Now we have to allocate one. How can we allocate? So basically, the initially the ID is minus one, IDX index will be minus one. So this index represent the starting point or starting point where we can start this. So basically, now we will go here. Can we put something here? No, this is not a free block. So we will go here. Can we put? No. Can we put here? It will say yes. Then we will update the IDX will be to 2. And there's something called CNT. So CNT basically represents the number of consecutive free blocks. And so we will say one. We have one consecutive free block. Now we will go here. And if IDX is not minus one, so if IDX is not minus one, we will still say key. Let's set IDX as same. And then okay, let's see let let us manage that IDX after some time. Now CNT, let's say CNT become 2. Now whenever CNT becomes 2, we will simply go and break. Because why? Because CNT is equals to CNT is equals to 2, which is the size. Now we will break and say ki IDX 2, we can do from second index, we can go and add two consecutive elements. Nice, this is good, this is good. But if this not 2 and this is 3, then what to do? Then this count will become 2. Okay, no issue. Now we will go to this. Now at this point, we have to set our count. We have to set our count to we have to set our count to what? We have to set our count to 0. Now we will set the count to 0, and again we will set the IDX to minus 1 because we don't have consecutive that, and then IDX will be minus 1 simply. Now this will be go here, this will be skipped because nothing is here. Then at this point, this is again minus 1 0, and we will go here again. And after we go here, we will enter the 6 because it is the free block. If it is free block, it is okay. Then CNT will be plus plus and CNT will be 1. Then again CNT will be again 2, then again 3. And at 3, we will simply check if it is, then that will be break. How we check? Like we are at this index, and our count will be 3. Now we will say कि भाई CNT equals to the size. It will say yes, it is. Then we will simply break, and we have IDX. If we have IDX or index, then we will simply go from index to size, IDX plus size, and we simply add that MID. Simple thing. That is it. And for free, it is very simple. We can go, and if something is matching, we will make it 0 and okay. So quite easy sawal. So we can, because of constraints are very low, that's why this question is looking easy. I don't know what are the hurdles and problems we will face in after implementation and running. Let us try to implement the logic. So first thing is vector of int, we will be called it as mem. Mem is basically a memory, isn't it? So now memory. Now we have to get this size here. So int n, and then this dot n will be equals to n, and we have to resize the mem. So mem dot resize ही होता है, I guess so. Mem dot resize, I guess. I don't know the function. So mem dot resize will be n size, and initially all the memory is free. So return. Let us try, and let us try to run this code. Whether the whether the whatever we are doing is correct or not. Let's see. This is the problem. Now we can simply go and do this. Now this is working fine. So what is giving output is null and 0 0 0 0. Why the fuck is this null first? If this is null and this is 0 0 0 0. Nice. So now for allocation. we have to find the first idx. So int idx will be equals to minus 1. Initially, idx will be minus 1, cnt will be equals to 0. Now, for int I equals to 0, I is smaller than n I plus plus, what we will do is simply if if mem ka I, if it is equals to 0, basically it means if the free memory is free, then we will simply check if idx is already there. So if idx is equals to minus 1, then idx will be what? The current id. Else we will simply do. Else no, it is not. Else if simply we have to add always. So cnt will be plus plus. If it is not the case, we will simply say idx will be minus 1 and cnt will be 0. Cnt will be 0. And after each, we can check if CNT equals to 1. If CNT equals to size, then we can simply break as we have index. Now, now we have two things. If IDX not equals to minus 1, then we will simply go, or if IDX equals to minus 1, that means we don't have memory to allocate, then return minus 1. Else we can simply return the index here. But before returning index, we have to add the. So for int I equals to idx, I is smaller than idx plus size, and then I plus plus. We will simply do what? Mem of I will be equals to m id, isn't it? That's good. And then we have to return what? We have to return I or idx because the idx of starting index. Now for free memory, we have simple. We have to count how many blocks we have removed for that particular MID. So we will go from for int I equals to 0, I is smaller than an I plus plus. We will simply say if if mem ka I, if that memory block is allocated to MID, then we will simply say CNT plus plus, and at the end of the day, we will return at the end of the function, we will return CNT, and that's the whole implementation. Given IDX plus size, I plus plus mem of I will be equals to mid. Mid is nothing, bro. MID. So MID, ID is capital, heap overflow for this, and let us see why. IDX we have um, n is something from 0 to n will be the sign of nine. Starting from IDX, we will get the IDX. If it is 1, if this is failing, that means I am doing something fucking mistake here. Before this, if we try to for auto A in line and see out A, what will happen? Or see out A, what is happening with the C? So the memory is allocated quite correctly. ID minus means 0, 0, so तक जाएंगे अपन. If name of I, if name of I equals to 0, it means they encountered 0, so that index will be plus plus. Nice. We'll go to the next. There is only one test, yes, and which is also failing. Oh fuck. Internet is quite good today. Name of I, idx equals to -1, idx equals to I. If idx is -1, then we will simply say the current idx is the idx and then cnt plus plus. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Okay, so if I if I call only two things, let us edit this. Just copy this, paste it in notepad. And now suppose we have only do this. Allocate. Only three operation. Allocate one, allocate two, and after each allocation, first let us try to do allocating now. So it is allocating for this and giving correct answer to. We go and again Control C, Control V. And if we say we have to perform only these operations, how many are there? One, two, three. Basically, these are five and one six. If 3, 4, 5. Manish, if this work, then okay, this is also giving us a correct thing. What the fuck is happening? I आतमध्ये असेल. Okay, so last three is removed from free memory to free memory. Last three are removed. Let us see what happens. This is also working. 7 is given. Oh. Mm, mm, mm. For this 1 comma 1, like 0 is correct, 1 is correct, 2 is correct. 1 is correct as we are allocating. Why the fuck is 2? Then 2 is removed. Only one thing is removed. And then we want to three size, then from third index we get three size. That's okay. And 1 comma 1 is giving 6. After each operation, let us check what is the condition of not of A in man out A for each function call. Let us check what is the for each condition inside before returning. Oh, we are not deallocating the memo of rather. The memo of I will be should be equal to because we are not deallocating the fucking thing is directly rather. That's okay. That's okay. Now it should work. Still a memory. अच्छा एट द एंड भी तो चेक करना चाहिए ना कि भाई साइज है कि नहीं उतनी ये भी एंड सी एन टी नॉट इक्वल्स टू साइज और देखो ये दोनों भी होंगे तो ब्रेक करना है बढ़ते हैं सबमिट यस थैंक यू सो वन थिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फर्स्ट तो वी हैव fucked here like don't fuck here I fucked here no I don't fuck here I got fucked up here nice and after that I got fucked up here because we have to check like suppose at the end, we have continuous free memories, and the IDX is already set. But the problem is only three memory slots are continuously free, and IDX is set. But the fucking problem with that is if we have something called 10 size allocation required, then CNT is 3, IDX is also there, then it will go to simply for this for loop, but this for loop will say IDX plus size, so that will go out of bound and that will fuck our code, and that's it. Okay, and then start with how so basically we have solved three questions. Not good. YouTube not receiving क्या है भाई फ्रेम ड्रॉप्स तो कुछ नहीं है इंटरनेट भी चल रहा है फेल रहे हैं यूट्यूब वहाँ पे let's go and check what the fuck he wants if YouTube wants receiving क्या है भाई फ्रेम ड्रॉप्स तो कुछ नहीं है इंटरनेट भी चल रहा है कुछ को लाइक कर सकता हूँ हाय हाय ब्रो अरे fall off the board back to the stream welcome back brother maximum number of points maximum number of points from grid queries wow maximum number of points let us read first and understand what is the requirement of the problem and then try to solve so you are given a m into n integer matrix you are given m into an integer matrix grid and an array queries of size k so size k की query है और m ठीक है find find an array or find an array answer of size k such that for each integer query I, you start the loop from top left cell of the matrix and repeat the following process. Okay. If query of I is strictly greater than the current value that cell are you in, then you get 1 point. If you are first time visiting the cell, okay, fuck now. If query of I is strictly greater than the value of the current cell, so basically अगर query of I strictly greater होगा current cell से that you are in, current cell में जहाँ पे अपन है, then you get 1 point. If you are first time visiting this cell, and you can move to any adjacent cell in four direction. तो टॉप लेफ्ट कॉर्नर से चालू करेंगे और फोर डायरेक्शन के दे सकते हैं. Otherwise, you do not get any point and you end this process. चारों साइड जा सकते बेसिकली अपन सारों को एग्जीक्यूट कर सकते हैं भाई. After the send answer of I is the maximum number of points you get. Note that for each query, you are allowed to visit the same cell multiple times. Acha, we will end this process. That is the point. That is the problem. Fuck. If we are here, we can go ahead, we can go ahead, we can go ahead, we can go ahead. Okay, no, 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 guys. No, 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 no. Tell them. यार काय पे खाली चालू तो यही करना है. If query of I is strictly greater than, you will get point, else you will finish the process. You can go to four directions. Hmm. Then just to four. Hmm. Brute force tariqa will be easy. Do the DFS, isn't it? DFS or DFS. Now, what will be the time complexity of brute force? शॉर्ट मत 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 बताओ। मत बताओ, क्वेश्चन का आंसर मत बताओ। अब मेरे को हिंट की जरूरत नहीं है। हम्म, Okay, I will try my way. When you are processing new query, just continue with the result of the previous query. Yes, brother, that is fucking quite a good idea you have. Sort in descending order. Oh, sorry, increasing order. The minimum will be already. Ah, and a new query will come. That will simply ask. Yes, but right now I don't have power to solve this much and put lots of effort into this question. Bye bye. That's it from my side, and thank you for joining.